Hi everybody, I am coming on here. I think I'm going to, first of all, I'm cleaning, so y'all going to clean with me, okay? It's spring, so I'm so happy we're about to get our clean on. I am going to do something I think I want to call Mellissa Chronicles, because I think that it's appropriate, okay? So I'm going to be moving around, and I hope that you can take notice of me. As you can see, I'm in a bathroom, because I'm putting things away. I just finished big time cleaning, so I should be able to talk now. Mellissa Chronicles, Chapter 1. Hey, mister. You come in and say hi? You want to say hi to everybody? They looking at your spider head. They looking at your spider head. Okay, so I guess Mellissa Chronicles ain't going to happen at this very moment. I see you see them. I see you see them. You see people? Or you see us, right? Not them, right? Alright, let me move in here, mister. Why do you have to be in the bathroom when I'm cleaning? Every time I get on this video, everybody wants to get involved in the video. Alright, well, go ahead. Do your thing. Do your thing. We'll do videos later. We'll do videos later. Now, I bet you as soon as I say that you don't want to. You doing a video? Who you doing a video for? Who you doing a video for? Say, who I said? You're laughing. It's funny. Alright, listen. Mister, why do you have to be in the bathroom just because I'm in the bathroom? You enjoying it? I'm gonna let you see it later. Alright, so I'm back because he had to have his time. Hope you enjoyed his time. But I want to give a message like always. My life is all about messages. I feel like I want to use my life in the purpose of helping others, and I don't know if this is going to help somebody or somebody could even just maybe change my way of thinking, but I don't think you can. I think that I'm a little, I think I got this right here. I am a person, my vlog states it a lot, that desires what God has for me. That desires the things that God wants for my life. And because I desire that, I have learned that the only way I'm going to get there is by walking with God, by allowing Him to lead me, to guide me along the way. For if He doesn't lead me, I will go astray. Okay? And that is just my belief system. That's a song I was given when I was a kid, and I've walked with that song for all my life. And I haven't always gotten it right. But it gets to a point, especially at certain ages, that you just got to get it right. You can't keep playing games with how you want to do this thing. All right? In my dating relationships, I'm learning that, people say that they want a certain thing, and they tend to very much, go away from what they're really wanting. Whenever I've ever wanted anything in my life, like my house, my car, what type of car I drive, whatever, I literally put down I'll make the plan, I'll make it happen. It's in my mind, it's going to happen. Now, I don't know about this marriage thing so much, because that, again, that's another person. But the other things in my life, even jobs, I put it in God's hands, but I still go out my way to make these things happen. And so one of the things I had put in, I know I had mentioned that I love things to be done organically, okay? But I did go on a dating site, to see what I can find, because we are in a pandemic. We are wearing masks on our face, right? And so I'm like, God, maybe I need to do something different. And what I had heard, first of all, I heard that God desires, He desires marriages to be whole, and He desires those who look and seek for marriage to sit here and seek it in His purpose. Okay? So, like, these are the things I'm learning, And I've been learning them for a couple of years now. So that's why I keep holding out. Like, I'm not your one night stand. I'm not your cute fling. I am a woman of God, and I expect to have the man that God desires for my life. Okay? So, that being said, I wasn't going to go online. I wasn't going to do all that extra stuff because I said, you know what? When God gives me this man, he has to search me. He has to find me. The Bible states it that, a man who finds a woman finds a good thing. So, we stick with that. But then I had listened and I had saw that when Ruth went to Boaz, she literally, even though she didn't realize he was desiring her, she knew that he was giving her favor. He was doing extra stuff for her, letting her go home with more wheat and more, things. But it was because of Naomi's insight that told her, you should go at this certain time, lay at his feet, and if he receives you, you're hit, then that's good. Then if he rejected her, that would have been pretty much upsetting. And he received her. So I thought, well, obviously I'm not going to lay at no man's feet. But what I am going to do is start allow myself to be available. Like, I have to at least be around some men to be able to be, even noticed, right? So I said, I'll do the dating site since we ain't getting out nowhere. I'm not a person that goes out to clubs. My church is extremely small. Really, everybody basically married. So, hey, took a poops. So, with that being said, I'm like, we will sit here and go this route. Now, I don't want to make this a long story, but I put on my profile what I want for my life. I wish I had my phone because I would even read it. Basically, it tells you about my circle, who's in my circle, my kids, my grandkid, my godkid, and that you are welcome to be in this circle, right? If you work in this circle. So, I also put in my vlog that I know this is a catalog of women and men, okay? And I get that, you are trying to figure out what fits for you. I am open to receive and figure out who you are. If I feel that this is going nowhere, I will block you. I don't want to waste my time, and you shouldn't be wasting your time. That's just how I feel. And I said, God bless you on your journey. Okay? My thing is, I don't think that every man I'm going to get on here, I don't care how cute or what you got, is going to make me want you just because if God, I am, okay, before I get there. So hey, Boca. So I sat here and I decided that, I met a guy, right? I'm speaking to him. He seems fine. We literally, hit it off over the phone. We're doing really well. We're talking. Maybe our third conversation, mind you, this is in a 2-day period. We probably spoke like 4 hours. Very nice. I love it. I'm a talker. He's a talker. Wonderful. Right? Well, I think like our third conversation. Yeah, it was our third conversation. Trying to figure out who I am and where I'm at. I'm not going to give you so much about me, just enough, because it is like 2 days of conversation. God, I can't give you my whole life story, right? And I am trying to let you know who I am in the way that I speak with you. I find myself in a position where he's asking me, are you a hugger? I'm like, yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess I'm a hugger. Like, I guess if the person is appropriate for me to want to hug, right? So are you a kisser? Are you a cuddler? Like, what? People who desire true marriage needs. I specifically made it very clear to this man in the very beginning. All right? I said, listen, I'm a different breed. I have a different type of personality. I have been told that many times with men who came in my life. Oh, she's different. You're very different. You're very different. They like my difference, but somehow I guess I'm different. Okay? And I welcome it because it doesn't make them run away from me. It actually makes them want to know me more. So this difference must be a good thing. But at the same time, I do put my foot down. I do let men know and women, anybody who I am and what I want in my life and the type of surrounding that I want, who my friends are, you're just not going to just come in my life just because you decided that you should, and I have to accept you. I accept you because I choose it, because the Lord has placed something in me to say this is a good thing. Okay? So with that being said, I actually went and I'm supposed to be cleaning, but now this cat has to be held. So I decided that I'm going to speak to him a little bit more, figure out what he's all about, because I kind of put my foot down on the cuddly thing. He's like, so I guess you're not going to answer. And I said, well, I don't know. I said, it's according to who this person is. I'm not just going to be cuddling everybody. Like, that's just not who I am. And then I had to think, there's a reason why I started speaking to him, because of another reason. Somebody he knew who said that you should probably try to talk with him. So if I saw him on my profile, I decided I would, because I wanted to see if it was a fit. So my thing is, it was going well, and I felt that that was not really appropriate, because first of all, it's like 2 hours of talking, and you really want to know if I'm a cuddler or not. Like, I specifically said to him that I want to walk into friendship. Friendship can lead if it's supposed to, but you need to know me. You need to know if you can like me before you start trying to like me, right? You gotta like me before you like me. And that's how things fail. And people be jumping into these marriages, into these long-term relationships with their daggone lust in mind first. I'm almost, I'm 49 years old. I have sat here and obviously been with people. I have 2 children, okay? And it ain't never kicked it off from the very beginning when you first have sex. I promise you, it ain't never kicked it off from the beginning. You had to learn his ways. He has to learn your ways, okay? And the thing is, then it can get in the groove. There's no, I got to figure out whether this is going to work for me before you even get to know the person. I just don't understand. What is it that people don't understand? And then y'all wonder why we're walking around aimlessly. I'm not. I am not walking around aimlessly. I am asking God to hold. I'm submitting my body as a living sacrifice. I am asking God to hold me down, to keep me firm, to keep me in His focused. I want to stay focused. I want to know what God has for me. And I'm not going to sit here and decide, if I leave this earth and I never find my husband, then it wasn't God's desire for me. And I only ask that He allow my spirit to be okay with it. I make that very clear to the people that I meet, to the men that I meet. Okay? I desire to be married. It does not have to be you. I am not trying to hold you down. Just know this. If you decide to start learning to know me, know that I'm looking to be a friend. I'm looking to find my best friend. And then I'm looking to sit here and see if there's something else there. Because you might stay at a friend, or I just might block you. But the point is this. You're not going to penetrate and make me come to your will anymore. I'll give a little bit of tidbit of where going into the world's will got me. So I had a nice long-term relationship about to go into marriage. The ending, I found myself in jail. Crazy. 48 hours in jail for something I totally did not do. All because he was angry that I literally had to put my foot down after 8 years of going nowhere in this relationship. Okay? I have the right to say that this no longer works for me if it ain't working. Especially if a person ain't going to work and want you to do everything for them. Basically, that was that. And then you're going to get on drugs, and then you're going to steal from me. Like, that's a lot. You had to go. 8 years? Not that he did it for the whole 8 years, but I'm just saying, if this is not going up and it continually goes down, I have a right to say this is no longer for me. My next, I guess, relationship flingy thing, right, caused me to be in a hospital with sepsis. Doctors could not find out for the life of them what was wrong with me, and I almost died. Week in the hospital trying to find out where is this blood in my infection in my blood is coming from. Everybody's trying to wonder what the heck. They're filling me with all these, IVs of all these medications. I am drained, shaky, can't breathe. You know why? Because I went outside of God's will. I went and I had sex, and it wound up giving me a blood infection because sometimes, and I hate to say it like this, but E. coli introduces themselves into other areas. And because E. coli introduced itself, it literally gave me a blood infection. I have had relations like not all my life, because I'm not a promiscuous person, but I've had a relationship before. I've been in long-term relationships. How in the world does this one give me that? Because the Lord put me in jail first, and then he decided that, okay, putting you in jail ain't good enough. You need to sit here and really hear this. I have a $20,000 bill that I'm working my way down.
Let me get it.
All because all right, let me come out. All because I sat here. I have to get someone in the bathroom. I took the bathroom too much. Yeah, all because I sat here and decided I was not going to wait on God again. I'm going to do it in my own life. I'm going to do me. All right? $20,000 bill. I don't have time for doing things outside of God's will anymore. It has cost me jail time. It has cost me a hospital bill, and my health. I had to let this guy know this. I had to explain to this guy that, listen, I desire what God desires for my life. I desire what God wants for my life. Please understand that. You can block me. You can do whatever you want, but understand that I desire what God wants for my life. All right? Then and this guy obviously is a man of God. And I'm not knocking his belief system, because his mother was a preacher, this that and the other. Like, okay, fine, but also just know this: people might say that they believe, but y'all can be evenly yoked and still not be evenly yoked, because what God is telling me, he may not be telling you. Let me tell you, I was in that relationship that cost me $20,000. Person was actually a man of God. He believed, but he believed like, well, Lord made women and men, and he didn't make us to be alone. Like, yeah, but he also didn't make us to be willy-nilly doing things either. I had to let him go for that, because I said, I feel convicted. I feel convicted in this relationship. I let him go, but I guess the Lord's like, you ain't going back. You're going to get $20,000 bill on that one too. And I said, yeah, I don't really want to, I don't desire just to be in relationship, just to, have these carnal desires being met. I know it's not what God wants for my life. I desire a husband. If I don't get a husband, maybe then that means I don't need to have I don't need to have anybody. I'm okay with it. And not all the time am I. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, I don't want to do things outside of God's will. I was a little annoyed with this man, because as I explained to him, all the things that I explained to him, his whole conversation was about this woman he had sex with, and that woman he had sex with, and what thing that he hit one of the nurses who gave him a shot. I'm like, what? Well, I don't like shots, and she put it in the wrong way. Like, already you told me that you have, first of all, a warring spirit. All right, don't like that. You was telling me how you couldn't wait for this girl to leave because you had to clean your sheets. This is not how you get a new woman. But then you're telling me, I believe that you're supposed to be for my life because you seem like the right type of woman that I've been asking for. Now, this is really my message right here, and I'm gonna get to it. You have to walk in what you ask God for your life. Like, you have to walk in that. Let me say it how I'm trying to say it. You have to be preparing yourself for real. You have to know when to sacrifice certain things if you truly want God to do something for your life. You can't just be walking willy-nilly talking about, oh, I'm going to sit here and have sexual relationships and see what this girl's about and that girl's about, but when the right girl comes, then I'm gonna try to see and get it right, because you didn't get right with yourself. You didn't do the right thing for yourself. Okay? You would think I'm from the South with my fo-yo. I'm so from New Jersey and not even the South part, but You would think that, if you desire this, I know for me, I'm asking God to prepare me, and I'm listening, and I'm sacrificing, and I'm like, I'm not letting up on it, God. If this is what I desire, just like I desired my house, I learned how to learn what it was like to buy a house. I went to a home buyer's education course. I saved the money that needed to be saved. I did all the things to prepare to have a house. I knew that when I was having children, that I wanted to prepare their life. I started figuring out what things do you do to have children and how do you make it better for them. Okay? I know that if I want a car, how do I go about this? I prepare my situation. I knew I wanted the car I have now. I prepared my situation 2 years before to be able to pay the bill that I need to pay on this car and be able to put enough money down so it would my bill wouldn't be high. Because it was a car I desired. It was no longer a car that, I could afford the payments unless I prepared to put enough money down. I am preparing my life for my husband. I literally am. Okay? I am reading. I'm reading on how to become whole. I'm taking it in. I found out I've been working on it all along. I'm reading everything that I'm feeding myself. I'm reading my Bible. My girlfriend gave me this really beautiful devotional where it seems like God, well, it is God really, I guess, talking to me every day. It's not just a devotional, but it's him saying, this is what I desire for you today. This is what I want to tell you today. Like, it's literally like that. It's beautiful. I love it. And I'm like, I'm listening to it, and I'm walking in that. And so when I went to go meet this guy yesterday, and I did, I said, because our conversation for 2 days was like, we were on it, right? And outside of that little, kink of hugging, kissing, cuddling thing, because I felt that was too soon, respect me. I said, well, you know what? God's who they going to be. I'm just going to accept that. Now he knows. Hopefully he knew. And he did. And don't get me wrong. When I met him, everything was fine. But like I said, I learned to listen and not be as talkative. It's because you hear what people are truly about. Okay? And my message stays clear. I am a woman of God. I do want and desire what God has for me. But I know also that I must be the person that, this man desires. And the only way I can do that is letting you prepare me, Lord. Give me the spirit of discernment before I meet this man to allow me to know if he is somebody for my life or not. In a way, so far, things sound good. He was reading his devotional. He was sitting here. He of course, he knows the word. He's a preacher's kid, right? So he's basically seeming like this man that works well for me so far. But if you let people speak enough, they'll speak themselves into what you know that is not for you. Or they'll speak themselves into knowing that this seems like something I want to continue with. Now, I'm a good person. I'm a nice person. And he seems like a nice guy. And I'm not going to just diss somebody. But I already know, because I already asked God for the spirit of discernment to get in me, so that I can understand, to reveal in me that I can understand if this person is for me or not. God, I need you to work in me. And I prayed that before I was driving over there. I said, let me, first of all, another thing, if I'm going to meet you, first impressions. Men, women, first impressions. Okay? I got my scrubs on from work right now. But my first impression to a man is to sit here and not have my scrubs on. I started my business, something in my business yesterday. I got a little bit of money, felt really good about it, right? And I had something decent. I had a nice white, business woman shirt and a nice little, black jeans and my little cute shoes. My thing is, I don't wear makeup. I look pretty much like this with eyeliner, a little bit of lip gloss, or not lip gloss, but vitamin E on my lips, and I'm good to go, because I'm not going to be extra. I know I'm not going to be wearing makeup all the time, so there's no need for me to be showing you something that's not who I am. But at the same time, I do want the first impression to be well, right? Why I didn't get a good first impression? You can't come out like you just worked on your car. if we desire the things that we say we desire, let's work on doing the things that we need to do to get what we desire. You need to ask God to help you prepare. God is preparing me, and I know it for sure, and I walk in it every day, and I am good with it. And I said, Lord, let's keep this moving. I'm staying with you. It gets disappointing when you sit here and you find yourself in a situation. This guy I was really interested in, when God says no, he says no, right? There's a guy I was very interested in. I kind of found out that, he's speaking to someone else. And I'm like, oh, okay. So that's a no, Lord. And for a while, good long couple of years, I've been pretty much like, still in tune, saying, well, let's see where this goes. Or, we don't speak. But at the same time, I'm like, let me figure out if, it seems like there was something in the air. But you know what? God shut it down. Once I found out this person is speaking to someone else, I said, oh, that's a shutdown. So now I know. So that's why I opened myself up to something new. I'm still going to prepare me, regardless if I was disappointed on that venue not going through, or that whatever is a venue. I always do that. If that's not going to go through, that's fine. But that doesn't mean God still doesn't desire that for me. So, anyway, if you desire something in your life, prepare for it for real, for real. Don't be half-stepping, because you're going to get a half-step. All right? I think now, like, he's really, like, every morning calling me, hey, and ready to speak. And you can call me anytime. You can call me at work. You can call me on your way to work. Well, on my way to work is my prayer time. On my way to work is my own time. I kind of, need that time, because in the house, I got the baby, I got my son, so I need that time. And it's not because I'm not making time for people, but sometimes you just do need your own time. But, I must have made a first impression. Why not be that person? You never know who you're going to meet. That is the biggest message here. So if you want something good, work on being something good. All right? That's that. That's Mellissa Chronicles. That's what's going on in my day in life. Hope it was interesting, and y'all have a blessed one. Bye-bye.